Yeah. What's good, everybody in the YouTube realm? Guys, today's video, man, finger licking good, man. So I was debating on how to do today's video. So I don't want to give spoilers, but at the same time, I know there's people that want to know my thoughts on the spoilers. So to please both parties, I'm going to discuss some things for about 5 minutes. So you could, for the spoiler-free stuff, I'm going to talk for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to get into some spoilers discussion, my thoughts on some spoilers. So, guys, I told y'all that this game would be awesome. I knew, when people were saying that, let's put some gameplay in here, man. So I'm not just sitting here. Let's watch Piccolo. I knew that whenever they started talking about the game, that it was going to be great. Let's put me in here so y'all can see me. I don't want to do window capture. Let's take that window off of there. I knew that whenever they started talking about the game, that the game was going to be good. And, people were saying that they were showing too much of the game and stuff like that. But, and I remember me telling y'all that, man, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, for real. Y'all, this game is dope. This game has some depth to it. Like I said last two videos, that live stream that we saw didn't do this game any justice. Because the guy was just speed rushing through the missions. He wasn't exploring, he wasn't leveling up his character. He wasn't doing any of that. I've seen, and I'm not going to spoil anything right now. I'll go into that a little bit later, but without spoiling anything, guys, as soon as you put this game in your console, as soon as you click start new game, this game is going to suck you in. Like, you're going to be captivated. Your attention is immediately going to be grabbed. There are some things in this game from the get-go that is going to fill your heart with some Dragon Ball joy. Just being real. It's going to fill you up really good. Like, man, what I seen from the very beginning of the game, like, dude. And that to me is a sign of a good game, because it's just like writing an essay. They always teach you about your attention grabbers. You know what I'm saying? You want to capture the audience attention within that first couple of sentences of your essays. This game does that. And the stuff that I know now, it even surprised me. And I think that even for the people who didn't like the game, those who were complaining about, oh, it's the same old story. I told y'all a long time ago that the main story is going to be the main story. But the subquests are going to it's going to please those people who complain about the same old story. And, hopping into the game, like where we see, like, for example, the Goku gameplay here, hopping into the game here, and this is where that guy started streaming at also, this doesn't set the tone for the game. When you start playing the game from the beginning, you're going to feel a lot different when you get to this point, because the beginning of the game is going to set the tone. To me, I've never seen a Dragon Ball game that has so much character development, that has so much behind the scenes stuff, that excuse me, that has so much buildup. Like when they told you no game is gonna tell the story of Dragon Ball like this, literally, even Legacy of Goku has not told the story of Dragon Ball like this, Dragon Ball Z like this. Guys, I promise you, from the get-go, from the first part of this game, you might shed a tear. My eyes watered up a little bit. I was like, oh my freaking goodness, this is dope. This is dope. And I want to say, before I get into the spoilers, thank you for y'all support. Thank you for the growth on this channel. Thank you for, somebody made a comment the other day that this is the only channel that they've seen with Dragon Ball Kakarot content where the comment section isn't completely toxic and negative. And I thank y'all for that. You know, I think largely in part, I said we do get some negative people here and there, but for the most part, people tend to not be negative, because I say it time and time again, like if you get on this channel trying to troll me, trying to troll my videos, trying to troll people in the comment section, first of all, I just click delete on your comment. Second of all, if you coming on here just to hit the thumbs down or say something negative, like you're wasting your time, because you're only helping my video. Because even if you leave a comment, positive or negative, even if you hit the thumbs down, it's increasing the engagement rate of the video. It's also giving me a view. Therefore, that video is going to be seen by more people. So if you don't like the content, if you don't like the video, don't leave a comment, even though you've already clicked on it, and don't even hit the thumbs down. That would hurt the video more than you leaving a comment and hitting the thumbs down button. Real talk. But also, you know, when people, y'all don't get in here cussing and stuff. I'm going to delete your comment, because I don't want that in the comment section. There's kids in here, and I don't want them seeing that kind of stuff. And guys, do not post spoilers in the comment section of this video. There are people who read the comments. They don't want to see spoilers. Respect them, respect what I'm asking, and do that. Because if you post a spoiler in the comments, I'm going to delete it. And I don't want your comment to get deleted. So just respect that and don't do that, okay? So, thank you. Now, before I get into that, guys, please check out the merchandise. I got some Dmgaming merchandise. I got some stuff from Beautiful Halo. And I got something else coming real soon. It's going to be pretty dope. So I'm going to roll the ad for Beautiful Halo so y'all can check out a little bit of what they got. The link to all of this stuff is going to be in the description. And whenever we come back, I'm going to get into the spoilers.
You can find all kinds of themes merch on beautifulhalo.com. We have anime, comic, game, memes, and many other themes merch. Check the link in the description and find your favorite hoodies and tees now.
All right, so spoiler time. Now, I'm not going to show anything because y'all know I don't do that with the spoilers. I just talk about it. And it's all verified. So first of all, the game is going to have a day one patch. I posted that in the comments in the community tab. And for those of y'all who haven't seen that, you can go and check that out. But if not, I'll read it to you what it is really fast. So Dragon Ball Z Kakarot update 1.02. Version 1.01 is system features related to bonuses. And so basically what they're doing is they're updating the game to accommodate the pre-order bonuses and stuff. And then version 1.02, improve loading times, because if you've seen the gameplay, then you know that the loading times seem a bit long. Made it possible to travel directly to Korin Tower Summit and Capsule Corporation from the world map. Now, I don't know, I haven't seen nobody try to do that, so I don't know the issue that was there with that, but whatever it is, they fixed it. They added sub-stories, and that's all it says. They added sub-stories. So, which the guy that's been playing it, he wasn't doing any sub-quests anyway, so we don't know which ones were added and stuff like that, but it's interesting that they added some. Adjusted the entry fee of the time attacks, and they put in parentheses, advanced. I don't know what that means. Time attack is in capital letters. So I don't know if it's like some kind of time attack mode. I don't know if it's like, because it says entry fee. So whatever it is something that we have to pay for. Not like with our real money, but probably like with some kind of in-game currency or something. I don't know. Once the game comes out, we'll probably find out more about that. And then it says made other adjustments. What I'm hoping the made other adjustments is that I'm hoping the made other adjustments is like on some of the scenes, they don't have audio. Like, I mean, they have audio, but they don't have like sound effects. And I'm hoping that they add those sound effects because the game, it almost messes up those scenes where it's like Vegeta, when he was killing Dodoria and them, like there's no sound effects on some of it. And, you know, it's like, okay, where's the sound effects on that? That would have been dope, but they didn't. So hopefully they add that. Also, the aura change. I told y'all that I believe that they would fix that stuff when the game comes out. And so it is possible that once the game releases and that patch releases, that we'll have the golden aura for the Super Saiyan charging their ki, because it doesn't make sense that if you go into surge mode, that the aura matches the Super Saiyan or even Kaioken for that matter. But when they charge their ki, it doesn't. So hopefully they update that, and hopefully they add the audio in there. Now, for people thinking that they're gonna add some stuff, like I don't think Snake Way and King Kai's Planet is gonna be like a sub quest, because it doesn't make sense for it to be a sub quest, because it's already incorporated into the story. Like that would be a part of the story, in my opinion. Now, what boggles me is that King Kai's Planet is listed as one of the explorable areas. So I don't know if later on, I believe that later on we'll be able to instant transmission to King Kai's Planet, and he may have some sub quests there, or he may have like a training ground there or something to that effect, that we'll be able to do. So that's interesting. And I don't, like I said, I don't know what that time attack is, but anyway, the meat and potatoes. It's been revealed that Mira, Toa and Mira are going to be in the game, in the base game, not DLC. They're going to be in the base game. And once I heard this, I didn't believe it at first. I was like, whoa, wait. I was like, because the old dudes showed the trophies, but a lot of them was hidden. So obviously somebody data mined it, and it does say that. It tells you can go check it out. Images are all over Twitter. Look at Dragon Ball Super DBS Hype's page. He has it on there. And it's interesting because it's like, okay, at first I was like, well, how does that fit in? How does that fit into this? You know, it's not going to be in the main story. It's more likely going to be in a sub quest, because the main story covers the story. And I know people are going to say, well, what are they going to put movie characters in the game? Not in the base game. Not in the base game, possibly DLC. There's rumors about that as well. However, when I started to think about it, I was like, well, there are villainous enemies in the game that have those dark red auras, the same that we've seen in Xenoverse, the same that we've seen in Fighters. And I was like, well, there you go, you know? So maybe that has something to do with the villainous Z orbs as well. But for those of y'all that kept saying, oh, same old story, blase, blase. Okay, yeah, the story is the same, but the sub quests, like I told you, tell different stories. So the fact that Mira is in the game is pretty dope. And I'm thinking more or less he's going to be more in-game. Like after you beat the game, remember they talk about some of these sub-quests that are going to open up. And maybe that's one of them, where you start to investigate where these villainous orbs are coming from, or the villainous enemies are coming from. And I have a few other things to read here for y'all real quick, if I can get into my pictures. I took some photos of this from the gameplay that we saw, that I wanted to talk about here, and that's not it. Okay, so, and y'all may already know some of this stuff, but I'm just going to read over it. So full course meals. Full course meals are special dishes that offer the best meal effects. We talked about that. I've told y'all that. The best stat boost is going to come from Chi-Chi. In order to prepare a full course meal, you need both ingredients and recipes. You have to find these recipes from subquests and from talking to people in the world. Full course meals take more effort to cook than normal meals, but they also provide more stat boost and meal effects. Only Chi-Chi can cook full course meals, but they make a world of difference when it comes to strength. So make sure you get her to make some whenever you can. And as far as those pre-order items, if I was y'all, I would save them, because I believe that you can incorporate them into a recipe that is going to require them for a full course meal that'll give you really good stat boost. And going over intermissions, we talked about intermissions briefly in another video, but I want to read that for you. It says here, intermissions are periods of free time between sagas in the main story. You can use the time to collect items, train, or complete mini/sub stories. Intermissions are also perfect opportunities to make preparations for whatever is next. Speaking to a specific character will end the intermission. All right. Also, we know what the Dragon Balls do. So the Dragon Balls, we know that they can revive villainous enemies. And remember a while back in the Dragon Ball video, I told you more than likely, if it follows the way that all these other games have been going, that the Dragon Balls, you'll be able to get items and stuff like that. And that's exactly correct. You are going to be able to get rare items, rare food items. You're also going to be able to get a large amount of Z orbs. And from the way that the Dragon Balls work, during the story, you're only going to be able to collect the Dragon Balls a limited number of times. And on top of that, some of the wishes are going to be locked. However, during intermission periods, like I just talked about, you are going to be able to collect the Dragon Balls as many times as you want, and you'll be able to access all the wishes. Now, they did say after using the Dragon Balls, they will be inactive for a total of 20 minutes in real world time. And I thought that was so dope. So after you use the Dragon Balls, they're going to be inactive for 20 minutes, not in-game minutes, but real world minutes. Now, what I wonder is if the game is cut off, say you use the Dragon Balls, you turn the game off and you come back in 30 minutes, turn the game back on, will the Dragon Balls still be inactive? I believe that they will, because it more than likely ties into the time on the system. So I'm also wondering, like, could you just go to your PlayStation clock, fast forward the time 20 minutes, and the Dragon Balls will be active again? If so, I would like for them to patch that, because you got to know that somebody is going to do that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to message CyberConnect 2 and ask them about that, because I don't want somebody to break the game. Like, I mean, if they do, they do. You know, they might be like, yeah, I'm sure they thought about that or whatever. I mean, call me a snitch, tattletale, whatever. I mean, bro, like, come on, man. Don't break the game. Just play it the way it's meant to be played. But anyway, that's up to you. Play it how you want. Single player game. Doesn't matter. But also during intermissions, you can switch between any characters that you have unlocked. So during the story mission, for example, in against Vegeta, for example, you know, now you can only play with certain characters during the story missions, but when you're in intermission, you can switch between any of the characters that you have unlocked. So that's interesting as well, and that's pretty dope. Which we knew that kind of sort of too as well. So super villainous enemies. Let me read this. Super villainous enemies can now be encountered all around the world. Each area houses multiple super villainous enemies. And this is interesting. And defeating all of the ones in an area will cause more powerful enemies to show up. So you go through and you clean up all the villainous enemies in one area. It's going to unlock, or more enemies are going to show up, but they're going to be even more powerful than the ones you just defeated. So guys, you can see how strong you can get from this game. Take them on if you're feeling brave. You can check which areas have super villainous enemies from the world map screen. And then change your party during intermission. I read that. I've talked about the Dragon Balls. We went over the community boards and stuff like that. So guys, this game is shaping up, bro. This game is shaping up, and it is going to be available to play. I'm definitely still going to be live streaming it. More than likely, actually, I'll be live streaming it probably, since GameStop is going to be giving the game out at 9 o'clock that night. I'll probably start. We got a basketball game that night on Thursday night, so I probably won't be home till maybe 8, maybe 9. So I'll probably start streaming about 9:30, 10 o'clock or whatever. And what I may do in the next coming days, or matter of fact, no, because I need to do some more upgrades on my computer, because sometimes it just crashes. I need to upgrade the Windows and stuff like that or whatever. So I'm going to stream the game from my PlayStation. So what I'll do, I'll have my laptop up to where I can see the super chat, because I don't want it on the screen. I'm not going to have my face cam on the screen as well, because I don't want my image taking up anything that's on the screen. And then from there, you know, I'll just stream it from the PlayStation and stuff like that. But I will say up front The music in the game is awesome, but I'm not gonna be able to put that music in my gameplay because those songs are legit songs, and I don't want to get copyrighted on the video and either get the video taken down or get it unmonetized. You know, I want to make money from the work that I'm putting in, and so in order to do that, I know people will say, "Well, go stream on Twitch," but my base is here on YouTube. So, guys, this video's ran long enough. Guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.